The first thing you need to know about rejection is that it sucks. And I know this video is not gonna take away the sting of the feeling that your dreams have been shattered by someone else, and that, at least for a moment, everything is dark and you're bad and they're bad and just everything sucks. That is a perfectly normal place to be when you first encounter rejection. Now, there are some people who can immediately jump to the second step on the rejection journey and understand that no rejection at any point in life is actually personal. And nowhere in the world is that more true than with MBA programs. If you were rejected from a school that you applied to, it's because you don't belong there, and you don't belong there now. This is not the time for you to be at that program. At a certain level, all is always well with the universe and things are always working out for you exactly as they're meant to. That is a universal truth that is lovely to contemplate, lovely to hear, not so easy to feel when you first get that letter of bad news. And let me tell you, I know as well as the next person. I've been rejected from 10 different programs. I got 5 MBA rejections. I got 1 really crippling college rejection. I didn't apply to that many colleges. And I got 4 major law school rejections when I applied to law school. So I've traveled the road of rejection, and quite frankly, I didn't do it all that well. I had several bad days, just tanked myself right after I got the bad news. So if that's how you feel, it's okay. It's all right. You're allowed to feel bad. You're allowed to feel bad about yourself. You're allowed to pity yourself. You're allowed to feel like a victim. You're allowed to feel crushed, but don't stay there. Give yourself maybe a day, 24 hours, even less if you can handle it, to just really wallow in self-pity, and then take a deep breath and look towards the future. Hello, and welcome back to MBA Monday. I'm Angela Guido, the founder of MBA Protocol, and I'm here every week dishing out MBA advice to help you succeed in getting into the MBA program of your dreams. But I'm here today to talk about what happens when things go wrong and how to bounce back from rejection to your favorite MBA programs. You're going to want to understand why. You're going to want a reason why all that hard work failed to pay off and you didn't get into this program. Now, I kind of think that you should be entitled to feedback from your target schools. You put so much love and work and effort into your application. You even paid a fee for them to consider you. I kind of think you should be entitled to a very serious conversation about your profile and why you didn't get in. The truth of the matter is, schools are not resourced for that. So if you reach out to the school and ask for feedback, you're almost certainly gonna get an answer that says something like, sorry, we don't do that. We don't give feedback. And in schools' defense, one of the reasons they don't give feedback is because they can't actually give you a very good answer. Frequently, you weren't rejected because there was anything wrong with you or your profile or your application. They just had this many applications for this many spots and they had to make tough choices, and destiny did not favor you that day. So in the second phase of dealing with rejection, as you're looking for reasons why, accept the fact that you may never find a satisfactory answer. I like to think of MBA admissions a little bit like the sorting hat in Harry Potter. You put the hat on, the hat tells you you're a Ravenclaw, and that's it. Ravenclaw is the house for you. That's where you're meant to be. And I kind of think that MBA programs are like this as well. So if you're submitting an application that is really showing the best of who you are, and you're applying to at least a few schools where your statistics are in line with the average student, you should be getting in somewhere. And if you've done a really great job of the application, you should be getting into the school or schools that are actually best for you. Look, you don't belong at every MBA program. The cultures are different, the environments are different, the pedagogy is different, your classmates are different, the culture and the way people treat each other is different. You will not be equally happy at Wharton as you will be at Kellogg. There is a school or a couple of schools that are really the best fit for you, and good chance that the ultimate reason you got rejected from one or more of your target schools is because you don't actually belong there. It's not the place that's gonna make you happy. It's not the place that's gonna advance your career in the direction that you wanna go, or maybe it is, but this isn't the right time. So in the reasons why phase, I think it's really great to have a little bit of grace and just trust that things are working out for the best, whether that's easy to digest or whether that's a way you're used to thinking or not. Try it on for just a little while and see if it helps you move into phase 3 with an inspiring attitude rather than an angry, bitter attitude. And phase 3 is preparing for your future. And if you have determined that an MBA is a critical step on your path to what you want in your career, then you owe it to yourself to try again, to reapply to the schools that rejected you this time if they're still on your list, and ideally to apply to more schools that you haven't yet applied to so that you're not exclusively reapplying, you're also giving new schools the chance to elect you into their community. So to get ready for your second attempt at MBA application success, you wanna do 3 things. The first thing you wanna do is assess your profile. You wanna look at your statistics, your baseline numbers, your test scores, your grades, your companies that you've worked at, the number of years you've worked, the number of promotions you've gotten. You wanna look at the numerical aspect of your profile and stack it up against your target schools to understand whether you were aiming too high or too low or right in the middle. The best way to do this is through our School Selector Toolkit. This gives you the chance to calibrate your profile against the top 30 US programs, and it will give you unlimited MBA Mo reports, which is a 20-page readout on each of your target schools vis-a-vis your profile, where your weaknesses might be, and where you might wanna either strengthen your profile for next year or apply to a different set of schools next year so that your statistics are more in line. If you're interested in our School Selector Toolkit, I've linked it in the description down below. The second thing you wanna do is a thorough debrief on last year's application. We call this, in our world, an MBA do-over call. It can be really, really useful to talk to a coach, to talk to a different professional who was not involved in your application and help you really assess it top to bottom to see were there opportunities that you missed last year, and whether or not you missed any opportunities, what do you want to be focused on this year to show your very best self in your reapplications and your new school applications as you give this another go. Our MBA do-over call is also linked in the description below, and you can watch the last video we made, it's linked right here, where I talk about the 3 biggest reasons that people get rejected, and that video will probably also be really useful in helping you understand where you've got room for improvement in a rebid for your favorite MBA programs. The last thing to do is to draw up your reapplication strategy. Choose old schools and decide how you're gonna show something new and different in this second application round, and then choose schools that you haven't yet applied to and apply yourself to showing your very best self in those applications. A final few parting words on this video about the terrible, abominable concept of rejection. The first is to really just be kind to yourself. You did your best. You're always doing your best. If things didn't work out, it's not because you're fundamentally flawed. The second thing is to really take time to reflect on what you actually want in your career. One of the consequences of rejection could be that you're being pointed in the direction of a new path. What you may decide after not getting into business school isn't that you did something wrong, but rather that the MBA actually isn't for you and there's a better pathway for you to get what you want in your career. And on the flip side, you may be really clear that the MBA is for you. And if that's the case, then I really hope that you will go for it again. Give yourself the best chance to have everything that you want in your career. And for some of you, that means continuing on the MBA journey. For some of you, it means finding an entirely new path. Whichever path you choose, I hope you do so with joy and compassion for yourself. I am rooting for you, and I will see you back here on MBA Monday next week. Oh yeah, I had a good thing I wanted to say here. Okay.